we are, folks. Welcome, boys and girls. It's Tuesday, October 3rd, episode 15 of Revenge of the Sis, the show where we save Western civilization one dick joke at a time. I'm Mersh, and with me, my partner, Detective Royce Lopez, who is going to retire as soon as we solve this one last case.
Just can't wait to get there with my wife, you know.
But we're up
around
there.
the pool.
But we're still here.
But we're still here.
Still here.
We're still here.
We are the official podcast of the Alt Future Meta Right.
That is correct.
I still don't know what that means, but we are their
know.
official podcast. We are broadcasting live today from our usual channel and from the Mad American Network.
That is correct.
So shout out to Dave Martell, who can't hear us thanking him because he's not on Facebook anymore.
That is also correct.
So, today we will, later on in the second hour, we're going to be discussing the upcoming March Against Communism in Charlotte on December 28th, something we touched on briefly a couple weeks ago and something that I strongly advise people not to go to. But I am friends with one of the gentlemen who is organizing that event, and he has made arrangements today to call in under an alias in the second hour because nobody wants to get fired.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, because I don't blame him for that. So he'll be calling in. But I can, much like many of the people that Royce and I get for the show, one of us, you can usually vouch for the guy. I can vouch for this dude.
Good.
So he's legit. And here in the first hour, we're going to be talking a little bit about the another wave of social media deletions by alleged thought criminals. And we're talking from legitimate madmen like Andrew Anglin and Weave all the way down to like pretty harmless alt-right people like DFP and most recently, as of midnight last night, Dave Martell, the founder of Mad American Network. So he is not he's pulling an Ackerman right now. Mm-hmm. So he's out there. You guys can probably find him, but he's Dave Martell is no longer with us. He's not IP banned, so he can probably make a new account soon.
Now,
but
okay, I want to get into this.
Okay.
You were telling me about other people that have been not only IP banned, but what was it, hardware configuration banned?
Yeah, they have.
Okay, explain this to me because this is all new to me.
If you're like a regular run-of-the-mill shit poster, you don't have anything to worry about, but they do. They're a certain,
And by the way, they is Facebook.
Yeah.
And Twitter too, right?
They is Facebook.
Correct.
They
Facebook.
Uh-huh. Facebook's been around for thousands of years.
That is
But
correct.
anyway,
Okay, go ahead.
Facebook has been singling people out in other social media platforms.
Did you know that not long ago, this is true, Facebook actually killed the firstborn of every Egyptian child? I don't know if this is a true story. I read this somewhere in the Facebook bio, I believe.
No, I'm telling you, Kevin, if you look into things, you read the Bible, Kevin, the original Bible, I mean, not the one those goddamn, what's got their hands on, but the real Bible, the King James Version, there's a lot of stuff in there. Those goddamn Jews, Kevin. But anyway, so Facebook has been singling people out. And it's not just Facebook, it's also Twitter. And honestly, fucking, I hate to say it, but Gab has completely cucked out. Don't support them. Don't give them your money. I want my $2 that I donated back to get that verified check mark on a site that now has no credibility. But yeah, Gab cucked out. All these other sites are kicking people off now. But yeah, they're doing this new thing now. And I heard this from a pretty reliable guy. We were discussing the original DFP founder, Derek Ackerman.
Disdain for plebes.
Yeah.
Plebs. Sorry, we got corrected. Plebs.
Disdain for plebs, I guess. But Ackerman also has like a really, DFP was pretty tastefully done because he didn't want to lose that page. But if there are some groups and stuff that he's posted some things, like he's a pretty edgy guy. But the thing was, now the thing is if you build up any kind of a following, once you get up to like 30, 40,000 followers, they really try to just wipe you off because they don't want you. The problem with things like DFP and straight white capitalists and the patriarchy is these are pages that share true information and that may get people that are because there's a lot of people out there that are just constantly screaming like just horrible things. And they're not helping. Right. You're not getting people to vote for Trump by screaming Jews on Twitter. But there are these
Well,
other.
maybe some people.
Yeah, but that's
Let's be
his,
fair.
But that's his base. They're already
Oh,
voting.
good point. They're voting for him anyway. I forgot.
But
yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, so I mean, so the thing is, there are these other guys, and our show is probably amongst those that sort of media where we're not screaming about anti-Semitism and all this
No.
bullshit. We're not triple parentheses everything. We make a lot of triple parentheses jokes,
Of course.
because fuck you, Jews. You're allowed to take a beating too. We beat up on everybody on this show. We break balls, but there are other pages that aren't as crazy over the top. And I think that social media is starting to single those pages out, realizing that they're a gateway to the alt-right, and not just the alt-right, but just being more woke, if you will, but just getting people to question things, look into things more, and be a little more paranoid, less trusting of government, just more Ron Paulian, if you will. And it happens through those pages. And, those guys had a lot of influence, and they're now attacking people that have influence for seemingly minor bullshit. And in the case of Ackerman, I've heard reports now that they literally
Now,
have
Ackerman ran the original Disdain,
for plebs.
Okay.
And then there's some other stuff that Ackerman did too.
I just want to explain it in layman terms for people that aren't really maybe involved in the Facebook pages, or there's even people that are on Facebook so they understand what's going on.
Yeah, let's just say, Derek, in the world of meme pages and in the world of internet media, Derek Ackerman is a very, very prominent, figure in the whole internet movement. But they're singling out guys like that because they have this huge following and people are listening to them and they're waking up about stuff. They can now do this thing, I guess, where they get your hardware configuration. So not only do they IP ban somebody, but now they've got people banned on platforms to the point where basically, even if you want to set up a new account, you're basically going to have to move to a new house and buy a new computer.
Is that legal? Like, that's what I was thinking. Is it legal for them?
Private company, bro.
Okay,
NAP,
okay,
bro.
Hey. Doug,
Bro, let the free market sort it out, bro.
Hey, Doug Stanhope, can you relax for 5 minutes, please? Thanks. Appreciate it.
If I was Doug Stanhope, I'd be chain smoking in the studio.
You're only not doing that because I don't let you.
That's a good point.
So let's be fair.
It's true.
So basically, what you're saying is Facebook is Mark Levining people.
We live in a capitalist society, bro. The free market, they're allowed to do what they want.
All right, we got it.
But it is a little invasive and creepy. But I mean, you can't. It's weird because you can't be a free market guy and say, all right, that's fine. But you have to be consistent. So I can't attack these platforms for doing whatever they want to do with their own fucking business.
Okay, now for example, like Dave Martell, the Mad American Network guy.
Let's get to that.
What reason did they give? Do you know what reason they gave for banning him?
He was so. I spoke to Dave Martell. It was funny because I was actually discussing the Ackerman thing with that. That's what I was getting at Martell because I was talking about it with a friend of mine, Anthony, who's like not even in this country.
Reliable source.
And another one of my reliable sources, folks. I've got the documents right here in Austin, Texas. And what you're seeing right now is a cross-platform banning of social IP addresses. And what's going to happen is, folks, these leftists are going to put us in the FEMA camps, and you're not going to be able to have Wi-Fi there, folks. And even if you get a Wi-Fi signal from your FEMA trailer, you're locked out, man. I mean, you're not going to be able to get in to your social media accounts. And, people aren't going to stay woke. There's a direct connection, folks. If you look into the Vegas shooting and Dave Martell of Mad American Network, I mean, they pulled his social media stuff almost immediately after the shooting because he was waking people up, bro. I don't even think he's saying.
Can you please move over to a correspondent who has a map behind them on the wall? Because I would like to hear.
I'm going to turn it over to my friend Paul Joseph Watson. Hello, good to see you, Alex. If you know, I have integrity because it's a paper map of the world behind me. And remember, conservatism is the new counterculture. I don't think I say it enough. Anyway, so my point. I was talking to this guy. And he was explaining this hardware configuration thing and how they're locking people out and how, like, Ackerman's got a buddy now. Like, he's like a fucking mafia boss and he's got a friend like Paulie that, like from Goodfellas, and Tootie whispers in his ear and then goes outside to a fucking payphone and has to call a dude. And then that dude has to go on the internet and type for Ackerman. So that's what's happening. So I'm talking about this, and then I see Revenge of the Sith starts getting all these messages. And look. We're a popular show, folks. Hey, we're doing all right. But we don't usually get bombarded with messages fucking 2 in the morning. So it's like, all right. So I'm like, what is going on? And then all I saw was It's Martell. And I'm like, Well, I'm not friends with Rick the Model Martel.
No.
So this must be the other Martel. that I know.
Correct.
So I'm like, okay. So I'd stop talking to my buddy. I'm like, I got to go. I'm like, speak of the devil, got somebody who's zucked and needs to talk to me. I'll get back to you. So he sends me a message. I call him. And he explained to me that, he basically got zucked. And he sounded so genuinely confused. And Royce knows I spent 4 out of the last 10 months of 2017 in a Facebook jail. And that's not counting shorter bans too for like 2 weeks.
He's been institutionalized.
It's been really bad.
It's really weird now when Mersh eats, like he covers his food with his arm. And I'm like, what? And then I have to remember Facebook jail, you know? Actually, his last quote, he goes, you only do 2 days. The day you
get it and the day you come out. I did. I actually shanked Royce.
And I was like, bro,
with a sharpened
He did.
toothbrush, and it was literally over. No, I just had to create a situation where now he knows I'm dominant,
Right. It's
and he's
weird.
not going to come after me. But no, and so I know. Trust me, I know all about the Zuck. I got my account permanently zucked. We've discussed that before. I got an email from Facebook saying, you will not get your account back for any reason. That was the email I received from them. And like 4 days later, Royce calls me and he's like, hey, have you checked your Facebook? And I'm like, no, I don't have a Facebook. And he's like, I would just try to log in. Logged in, perfectly fine.
Yeah, which was weird because he sent me the screenshot of it saying you'll no longer have an account anymore. Like, you can't appeal this. It literally said you can't appeal this.
That email was a response to my appeal.
Correct.
So it was a whole thing.
You can't appeal the appeal.
So I know that there's lists. I know there's metadata lists going around. Google's got lists. Twitter's got lists. They got plenty of money and spare time and free time to do it. So Facebook has lists too. So we're all on lists. Martel gets zucked last night. He calls me. He was so confused. He genuinely did not know what he said he was posting. He said it wasn't even racism. It wasn't even a joke, and it wasn't anything offensive. There was no vulgarity. He wouldn't really get into it. He said that he thinks that there are people out just mass reporting anyway. Yeah, there's just people that do that.
I believe
they get up a brigade, and I mean the right does it too. I've seen right wingers that go like, "Oh, let's go to this page. If enough of us hit the report button, there's an algorithm." And it's
Right.
Well, just stop doing that. It's annoying. It's fucking.
I agree. Don't do that.
Stop doing that
Yeah.
shit. But he thought that maybe people just were starting to single him out, and you get post reported enough. I don't think that Facebook is as understanding, nor do they care if you're on certain lists. And I think that just when your name gets brought up now, it's like being the kid that always it's like being Dylan from American Vandal. You know what I mean? You
already think you're a burnout loser.
yeah. So it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Just expel him. Who cares? Nobody's gonna
Again,
care.
side note, watch American Vandal if you haven't. It's
Really is a
fucking
great
wonderful.
show. It's an
But
amazing
anyway, go
show.
ahead.
So this is an issue. He just told me he has an admin too that's completely IP banned. So they're IP banning people now too. So now you're gonna have to get new internet service. Some people, in some cases, are having to get new computers just to get new accounts.
Now, again, you said it earlier. I know you said you were joking, but it's true. You said they're a private corporation and can do what they want. But you said the term that they're unpersoning you. You know, you're not a person because, you know. And then you said it's not only Facebook. Then if you're off of Facebook and you're off of Twitter and they don't like what you say, yes, you're right. They have the right, and the whole thing's like, well, if you want, make a competing service. But then there's a competing service like Gab, for example. And then what happens? Then Google decides, hey, guess what? You're not on the Play Store anymore. And you have two options: either sell out or have nobody be on your platform. That's it.
Yeah. Or maybe, and honestly, we really need some new platforms. And Martel and I, Dave and Martel and I had a really good hour-long conversation last night. We were talking about the lack of alternative platforms and then the failed attempts at new platforms because they all become echo chambers. Unless people on the left, too, go over to these sites, it has to be a mainstream thing. You cannot just go join a site that's just got one side of things because it's just weird echo chamber. Nobody actually listens or interacts with each other. It's just people. Like Gab is just people screaming about fucking 9/11 and Building 7 and the Jews all day. But nobody even likes each other's posts. They're just too busy screaming over each other. So there needs to be some sort of, look, bottom line is Facebook's established itself. It's the fucking thing. It beat MySpace.
Oh, it won.
And it won.
Yeah.
It won the fast food wars.
Yeah, Taco Bell's next.
So
The franchise wars.
viable platform alternatives are not going to come easily, but it can still be done. You just have to create. You got to stop copying Facebook
Now,
and Twitter's
hold on,
algorithm.
But here's the other problem, though. Silicon Valley itself is a liberal echo chamber. So I've heard of people that do want to make a platform like that, and they can't get investors, and they can't get anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they'll try to don't give me that shit either. Like, oh, those conservative guys over there. What about Peter Thiel? He's a fucking liberal too. Go fuck yourself.
We have a caller. Hi, caller. Who's this?
Hi guys, James. Long
Hey,
Island.
what's up,
so,
James?
Listen, I good. I can attest to that fucking whole Twitter thing.
Oh yeah, Mr. James has been kicked off fucking Twitter like 18 times in the last week.
Yeah, what happened, James?
All right, let's fucking whoa. Let's slow the fucking bus down. It was twice. Okay?
Go ahead.
Bop up your ass. So I went over to the Gab site, and you're 100% right. It is a fucking echo chamber. There's no communication. It's all, and listen, you guys know I lean a little to the right, as like you guys do, but it's just constant like fucking patriot this and bomb this and fucking 9/11 and the Jew. I mean, I'm fucking married to a Jew. All right, I got it.
It's
I know
literally
I know how they live.
It's all anti-Semitism and or boomer posting. That's all it is. It's just
It really
all
is.
capitals.
It's just-
Blue
it's
lives
therapy.
matter. That N-word shouldn't have been walking down the street unarmed. And you're like, all right, guy.
Calm down.
But it had an opportunity to kind of shift the narrative, so to speak.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then instead
But-
they just became a weak-ass Twitter and then kicked off England, and now everybody hates them. Everybody wants their
Everybody
money back. You suck, Andrew Torba. Eat a fucking pile
Right.
of dicks.
Anyway, all right. Come on.
Well, thank you, James from Long Island.
Thanks,
and,
man. Appreciate
See
it.
ya.
we do have an alternative now to Gab. We now have Minds, which is basically just as shit as Gab, but you get points.
Well, points are good.
Not when they're on a site like Minds. It's like a credit card. Hey, could I transfer my points from Minds to Facebook?
Then there was that.
Can I use that? I'd rather use it on Facebook because people are actually on that. I hate to concede
okay,
that Mark Zuckerberg's winning.
But here's my question. You say make more platforms, but again, like I said, Silicon Valley's, I believe, and I'm sure you agree, is rigged. It's also a liberal echo chamber. So the problem is that you don't fall through the narrative. You're pushed out. How can you make something competing that is mainstream?
We need
if
some
you
of that-
don't follow the rules.
We need some of that deep pocket fucking. We either need fucking Soros money or we need fucking Richard Spencer, William Regnery, CIA money. We need somebody's money.
Allegedly.
Fuck that. I'm saying it. My point is, you need that money. Fuck allegedly. That money's. Come on. Stop it.
Right.
I'll say Hillary allegedly killed people. But come on. When you're 1 degree removed from the CIA, go fuck yourself. I don't know. Dude, you know how many people I know? Ex-military, cops. How many fucking imperialistic people I hang around? I don't know one CIA person. Stop.
I have actually something on Richard Spencer we can play it now, or I have something on Facebook.
Is it titties?
Well, close.
Hi, TJ, thank you. Now on 11 at 11, the developing information on
Today's.
white nationalist Richard Spencer's plan to speak at the University of Cincinnati. 9 on your side.
Dude,
first
look
told
at
you
look
about
at him.
this
He's just
as it was
fucking
breaking last night.
screams controlled opposition. Look at my collection of books. He looks like a fucking 1930s Federal Bureau of Investigation guy.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy who would have hung around with J. Edgar Hoover and fucking wore fishnet stockings and blew each other.
Now, Spencer is one of the organizers of the protests in Charlottesville that quickly turned violent and then deadly.
Tonight, 9 on Your Side has learned that it appears UC will allow him to speak on campus. Our Ashley Zilka is covering that
Why
for
is
us
this-
tonight. Ashley.
In 2017, and I don't like Richard Spencer. I believe him to be some sort of controlled opposition, or at least a highly irresponsible douchebag who's going to get people killed. I don't have a high opinion of Richard Spencer. But that being said, why, in 2017, in the United States of America, is it news that somebody is allowed to speak somewhere? Why is that news? Why is it such a? Because it isn't. It's literally you're like,
You wanna
wow,
know
he's
why?
allowed to
You
talk.
want to know why? Because the leftist professors who have infiltrated the entire education system have been indoctrinating people for many, many years. And at the end of the day, when that incubates, and it's been incubating for, I would say, a good 10 years, it's been really
At
incubating
least
well.
20.
Let's say
No,
20.
no, honestly, it's been going on since the 70s.
I guess you're right, but my point is, it's been incubating for a long time.
But
And
the
this
thing is-
this is the end result.
Yeah. And that's what it is. The thing is, the Marxists infiltrated in the 70s, but it took 20 years to shape policy to where these kids are so fucked up now. That you're right. It's just, we had somebody.
No, I was saying don't hit the table.
Tanya and Craig, 9 on your side, obtained emails between the University of Cincinnati and a
Is this
spokesperson
the
for
cutest
Richard
news
Spencer.
girl they could get? What market is this?
This
has to
is
be like
U-
a fucking Western Virginia. or
UC.
something. Where is UC?
Oh, we'll find out.
They
You'll see.
indicate the school is willing to book an
This is not a
appearance
top
in October.
media market looking
but
at
I
this
spoke to students
fucking
here
course.
who say Spencer is not welcomed.
I don't agree with any of his.
Okay, well, first off, this kid doesn't have a soul because he's a ginger.
Yeah.
So
and second
let's
of
start
all,
with that.
second of all, when is Preacher going to get him out of hell? Because I felt really bad that he has to share a cell with Adolf Hitler, and they've been beating up on him all season.
His face
and
looks
then you
better.
got fucking Brodus Clay in there, the Funkasaurus, and he's beating the poor guy up.
Views or anything.
It's a sentiment that wasn't too hard to find on the University of Cincinnati's campus.
University of Cincinnati.
White nationalist
Oh, that explains why that correspondent is.
Okay.
Richard Spencer has asked to speak at the school. And by the looks of it, it could very well happen in a few weeks.
I mean, I think that's kind of with everything that's going on right now, that seems a bit ridiculous.
But my point is, you still allowed. I don't like him. He just probably wouldn't like me. I'm Cuban, so I doubt it.
20 years ago, they'd have these same stories. They'd be like, and reports are David Duke will be coming to campus to work. And then they would just get clips of students going, oh, yeah, he's fucking gross. We're not going to that.
Yeah, that's it.
And that would have been the end of it. Yeah, he's coming, but we're going to go.
No one's going.
Fuck that guy. Why is it now? That's what I mean. I hate Spencer. I really think he's fucking human garbage. Why is he not? Why is this like a, whoa, you're letting him speak? Richard Spencer has never set off a bomb. He's never killed anybody. He's never been arrested for rape. So what do you, yeah, he's allowed to come to a college and go, you probably have likely had people who have been arrested for terrorism and rape at those colleges speaking.
I mean,
And it probably wasn't even
I
a
know
thing
for
that
a
they
fact
debated.
Ray Lewis has spoken at colleges in Baltimore.
And there you go.
I know
They
for
have
a
colleges
fact.
in Baltimore.
Yeah, they do. You know what? Yeah, it's called the other prison.
Fucking
We spoke with
Omar
attorney-
White University.
Yeah.
Omar White Community College.
Kyle Bristow. He's
You
representing
gonna get a
man who-
degree about a hair on my chinny chin chin.
Professor Omar coming.
Oh, I think's not, Devon. I think's not. Fucking love Omar.
Oh fuck.
Oh, fucking A.
All right.
We spoke with attorney Kyle Bristow. He's representing a man who is booking events for Spencer.
Ideally, Richard Spencer will come to the University of Cincinnati, will come to Ohio State University. He will be protected. His supporters will be protected.
In an email, UC officials said there was an opening in their TUC Great Hall on October 26th from 7 to 9. The cost, $1,500. Spencer has made numerous requests to colleges in the wake of the Charlottesville deadly protest. Some schools have rejected him because
Wait, something happened in Charlottesville?
Oh, yeah. Did we not
No.
cover this? Okay, so check it out. They had this rally.
Okay.
It's called Unite the Right.
Okay, that sounds good.
And
I think I'm lean, right?
oh yeah, no, and it was great.
Okay, how'd it
they-
work out?
They had this awesome rally the night before with torches. It was really nice.
I heard it was challenging.
Well,
Am I wrong?
you understand? By the way, to the listeners, to our new and old listeners, to our new friends at Man American Network,
It's a comedy show.
we are a comedy show. I do want to tell you guys, I want to keep this for now, but eventually I'm going to start an album, a photo album on our Facebook page. Every time I see Gray Dodge Challengers, I take a picture.
He does. He does. I saw him do it.
I'm obsessed. with Gray Dodge challenges. And eventually we're going to build a little photo album for you of just every time I see one, I'm like, ooh, great.
Because of concerns about student safety.
He is nonviolent. He has no criminal history. He does not advocate for violence.
He has a great set of tits.
God, this guy fucks.
This guy is some sort of alt-right lawyer too. He's like Nazi lawyer, Nazi lawyer. He should have his own fucking USA show. Coming up next after Royal Pains, it's an all-new Nazi lawyer.
No, it would be like Goebbels and Goebbels Esquire or something.
On the next Nazi lawyer, Kyle has to balance both his case with Richard Spencer against the college and his ex-wife's alimony. Coming up on Nazi lawyer.
Disavows violence.
We asked Bristow what would happen if UC decides not to go through with the event. He said he would sue the...
He would get in his car and drive it.
And literally run over a bunch of people until they all had heart attacks.
University in federal
Next
court.
on Nazi Lawyer, starring Kyle Bristow. His dad, played by Corbin Burnson, guest starring, comes into town, and boy, do things get topsy-turvy. Coming up after Royal Pains.
I didn't say tolerate Jews, son. I said hate them.
You're really sticking it to these K words.
Yes,
Whoa,
listen.
Corbin! Jesus! That is a
I told you
career-ending
to
role.
call me Oberguten Corbin.
With an all-new guest star, Corbin Burnson. You see this, huh? It means not welcome. It would have to be Corbin Burnson, though, because he's in every lawyer show on USA
fuck.
ever.
And starring crying Nazi Chris Cantwell.
And starring Masha Harara Ali in an empowering black role for no reason.
Featuring Stacey Dash. The only black actress that would do this thing.
Masha Hasha Ali is the guy that would play like the dean of the college.
Yeah.
Not on my tolerant campus.
Fuck.
You can't shut down the marketplace of ideas because some people...
Doesn't he look like a picture of a guy that would have been at the Nuremberg trials? He looks like a colorized picture
He does. He
of
really
a
does.
Nuremberg defendant.
Jesus.
He does, though. He looks like a guy that would be like, no, I took orders. Look, that is a fuck. He literally, when he was in fucking middle school, and they did choose an occupation career day, he went and saw his guidance counselor, and his guidance counselor looked at this kid and went, Nazi lawyer. There's no other path for you in life, kid.
might find the speech to be offensive.
It forms rallies and people form
Oh, I bet
around
this
it.
girl
They're
has a
not-
great opinion. Very insightful. It's like, it's problematic in his attitude towards women of color specifically.
So it's like literally his microaggressions are just like oppressing me.
And I wish could we do this interview in a few minutes? My Molly isn't kicked in yet.
I can't. And do you have any water? Do you have any water? Do you have any water? Okay.
You college kids are fucking worthless. You know what? I will say this, and again, I will preface this every time by saying, I fucking hate Richard Spencer. But you know what? These little bags of shit probably need a little Richard Spencer in their lives. It's certainly better than anything these fucking Marxist professors are putting in their head.
Not violent, but they can be violent.
They're not violent, but they can be violent.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe stop letting black people go to your college too. While you're at it, because you're not allowed to let Puerto Ricans in.
I mean, there's a lot of Asians in college.
Just saying though, you're using this. You're using this fucking. I mean, not every one of them is violent, but sometimes, occasionally, like 1 in 100 is violence. Just ban everything ever. Let's just all stay
But my
home.
point is, using that logic, you can't allow Asians for the potential of karate. Like
Using her logic, all you can come is to the conclusion of let's just stay home forever.
That would be a good idea. Then they couldn't be indoctrinated. Stay home forever. I'm for that. Stay home forever.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I
would.
Rand Paul, nay.
How we
Come
will
on,
stop
Rand.
school-
God
one
damn
thing.
it.
Can you pass one thing? I get it, Rand. You want to be the new Ron.
Excuse me, I'd like to have the floor for 3 hours.
Here comes
I
Rand.
want to discuss why this. Today, folks, we discussed
He does
HR
this every
1967, and
He knows it's
so
right
we know
before
it's
lunch.
unconstitutional, and it's I'll get a soup. Just get me a soup. Run down to the cafeteria. Just bring something up. God damn it, Rand.
Honey, I'm going to be late. What? Rand's
The
doing
problem-
a thing again.
I
He's
have an
doing his
11. I have an 11 point.
You know this was over a
counterpoint.
crosswalk, right?
A crosswalk.
This is a crosswalk.
In one town.
All I want is like, I get it, Rand.
Fiscally, right now, as it stands,
Oh, he's fiscally. Okay, honey, missing dinner too.
we're gonna have to filibuster for 4 days on this.
Okay.
Let's revisit this in the spring.
Hey, hold on. Hey, yeah, no, just you know what? Extend the stay at the Westin for a week.
Thank God Rand Paul never worked for FEMA.
I know.
It would be fucking 4 months after the hurricane. Well, we still need to. Here's why I object to bringing bottled water out to the. God damn it, Rand. You know how hard it must be to pick a place to go to dinner with Rand Paul?
It's just horrendous.
Why go there when they have 2-for-1 BOGO over here? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense if drinks are cheaper.
Oh my God!
Ever have fun? Does the Paul family ever have any
I
fun?
don't know.
Assholes.
To see if Spencer's appearance is a done deal, but so far we haven't heard back.
Oh, it's
The
definitely
Republican
Cincinnati.
group here on campus says they have zero interest in inviting him. Reporting live,
Christ.
Ashley Zilka, 9 on your
That
side.
that woman's face looks like a fist.
It looks like it needs one.
It looks like a toe.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
That's definitely like you. There is certain towns where you go, that's not a major market, because you look at certain cities. Like if you go to New York, the girl that works at the fucking counter at Dwayne Reed is hot. You know, it's you go to Miami. Look at the women fucking correspondents in Miami. Jesus Christ. They'll have an 11 standing out in the eye of a hurricane. Like, they
That's
don't
a
give
very good
fuck.
point. They'll throw them out there.
Big tits, whatever. There's fucking a dozen of you. Get out there.
All right, this is going back to what we talked about at the first hour.
Ooh, throwback. Beer, beer, beer.
Clinton campaign and Facebook. Apparently,
Oh,
we're
it's from
working
RT, so you know it's good.
WikiLeaks has published an email in which Hillary Clinton's campaign chief thanks a top Facebook manager for, quote, help and support.
Hello.
The email exchange dates back to the U.S. presidential election in 2016. Now we can cross now live to RT's Polly Boyka. Polly, tell us more what was significant in those emails.
Well, it's really interesting because WikiLeaks' tweet
We
has
stepped it up
really
a
put
notch.
things into perspective because on the one hand, you've got the Senate Intelligence Committee investigating the alleged Russian hacking in the run-up to the US elections. And despite all the digging that they're doing, they're yet to find that clear trail that they're so desperate to find, leading all the way back to the Kremlin. And then if you take a look at what Julian Assange...
Man, conservative women are just so much more attractive.
Yeah,
Right?
Polly Boyko could get it.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah. Her and the other one was even hotter.
I agree.
Main anchor. Oh God damn it. RT stepping the game up.
has
You guys
just
are really
on
want to
up-
get that. You know, RT has learned a lot of how to do this propaganda 24-hour news from Fox. Like you could tell they watched The Winners, and they're like,
Yep.
let's do it the way they do it. Because like RT gets hot chicks. They don't sound like idiots. They get some pretty.
Unearthed now. It's one of the leaked Podesta emails, but it shows that there is clear evidence that Facebook expressed an overt bias towards Hillary Clinton in the run-up to the US
Wow,
election.
this is breaking, dude. This is a bombshell. Social media and regular media colluded with Hillary. Get out of town.
But remember,
guess what's going to happen, folks? Nothing.
Hillary was upset, though. Remember that the media wasn't doing enough to get her elected?
Dude, you can continue to show her hypocrisy over and over and over again. You can continue to show her committing crimes. It's disgusting.
Oh, name
How-
name like one crime she committed.
Vince Foster.
Fine, name two.
Seth Rich.
Name three.
The smuggling of kids out of Haiti.
Fine,
for
maybe
John
four.
Podesta. The email thing.
All right, what about five? You can't do five.
Benghazi.
All right, whatever. You know what? Let's not keep going because you don't have any information, clearly. clearly you have none.
Colluding with CNN. To
I
get
said
debate
stop
questions.
because you have nothing. You're tapped dry.
Freezing Bernie out of the GNC.
I see. All I hear is deafening silence coming from this man.
Offering Tim Kaine a position.
Oh,
for
all
some
of a
votes around
sudden he's
superdelegates.
run out of
And
facts.
Then Debbie Wasserman Schultz also with the superdelegates.
He doesn't know what he's talking
She
about.
was disgraced and resigned.
I don't
And then
understand.
after that, she was given a position in the Clinton Foundation for.
Typical white male patriarchy.
Oh, and then also the Clinton Foundation's paid $100,000 for Chelsea Clinton's wedding
You can't spell foundation without fun.
to George Soros'
You
nephew.
can't spell foundation without fun.
Soros is he's the guy that.
Who's George Soros? Never heard of the guy. Who's he?
This is what talking to somebody
It really
on the
is,
left
isn't
is
it?
like.
Every conversation with somebody that's
Like
in
Royce is being funny about it
Yeah,
right now,
but
but,
it's
dude,
not
when
funny.
you're doing it to when you're actually talking to somebody like that, and you're like, I'm not even being a condescending asshole. I'm just stating facts.
Well, to quote Bill Burr, it's like you can't because then everyone goes to I'mRight.com and they'll post an article that's just they'll post an article just arguing
I love
their
Bill
point.
Burr. I love
You know,
Bill Burr just takes everything
Yeah.
to its absolute base.
He does, and it's true.
And then I'm
though.
just gonna go to I'mRight.com.
It's so true, though.
The only guy in the business that can do a solo show.
Oh yeah,
He's the only guy I've
He's the
listened to
best.
that can do all him and Shapiro.
yeah.
That's because Shapiro doesn't have any friends.
That's a good point.
Bill does his solo show by choice.
Yes.
Just look at the email. I think you've probably got it up on your screens right now. It's an email from Clinton's former campaign manager, John Podesta,
despite my
to Sheryl
terrible taste in
Sandberg, the,
blouses,
It's not a great
I'm
blouse.
still a hard 8.
It's not a great blouse.
No, it's not a great blouse.
It's not the best.
COO, the Chief Operating Officer of Facebook. And it says, look forward to working with you to elect the first woman president of the U.S. And
That is probably the most that is a damning statement right there.
Holy shit. No, I mean, listen, like you were joking before, like we all know it, but there's something more aggravating about when you see it. Like, you know, because you know it's happening, the media's in her pocket and vice versa. But when you actually see it in writing, you're like, these motherfuckers, especially we were just talking about at the beginning of the first hour, it's like these are the people, the judge, jury, and executioner of what pages get to stay on, what people get to stay on, what things get to be said, who gets allowed money, what you're allowed to advertise. It's not enough to give them your money now, because if they don't like the ad you're running, no sir, you're not going to get advertised. No, fuck you. They'll push you down.
Yeah, they didn't. We got rejected a few times.
Yep.
And then, like, early on, we got rejected, and then we started actually organically growing really well, and we were like, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the few times we did go, all right, let's boost this, they're like, "Eh," and we were like, you know what, we'll do it ourselves. And we're glad, because honestly, you guys sharing and liking our stuff and commenting on it, it literally translates into money when you think
does.
about it, because the way they charge, it's some kind of ridiculous ratio, but it's literally like a tenth of a penny or a penny per exposure, which is insane and adds up in crazy fast.
Right.
But every time you guys share our shit or like or comment or do something, like it's like we get to push past that, you know? So thank you guys. You're awesome. Thank you guys. Thank Mitch for making our cool fucking new
Oh yeah, and again, thanks.
aesthetic
Mitch
logo.
made this amazing logo for us that you see now. If you go to by the way, for the new listeners of Mad America Network, thank you guys, and thank you Mad America Network and Dave.
Yeah.
Just go to Revenge of the Sis on Facebook. It's facebook.com/we're not sorry if you want to hear more of this. But yeah, man, when you see this in writing, 2015 was challenging, but we ended in a good place. Thanks for your help and support. Look forward to working to elect the first woman president of the United States. Now, by the way, I've always made, and by the way, I was even more just a libertarian man a couple years ago. I think we all were, right?
Yeah, like libertarian left, if
Like
anything.
libertarian centrist leaning left, I would agree. But then after a while, you're like, no, you can't give an inch. You can't give even an inch. And the problem is, I used to be like, well, you know, like you said earlier, corporations can do what they want. You're right. Do I want government intervention to stop Facebook? No, I don't. They can't. I think that's I don't want that. However, I do believe that this stuff should be made. If the people that are screaming for Trump to put his fucking put your tax report out there, I have an idea. But Facebook and people like this should be crystal clear with these emails about, look, these are who we're supporting. This is how we lean. And I think that there should be some way to make this algorithm be fair. Because right now we know it's not. I mean, YouTube's the same way, you know?
It's gotten so bad. And that's like, even just going back to my point about our reach, we have miraculously done it because people share stuff, and it just after a while,
Kind of like in a guerrilla way. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's been no, other than you guys supporting and helping us. Yeah, no, dude, they do everything they can to fuck us over and trip us up every step of the way. They don't want certain brands to grow. And if Dave Martell just got zucked, then that means that he's not the first either that I've heard of as far as what I would call alt-light people go, and there's gonna be more, dude. I was even happy for him that they didn't take Mad American Network down.
Dennis said, "Time for you to check your white privilege, guys."
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah, I came up real fucking ahead in the world. If you ever met my family, we were really fucking killing it. In fucking
Sandberg's
Queens.
reply is that she's thrilled by the progress that Clinton has been making. I mean, naturally, I think this begs the question, is the US Senate as interested in Hillary's campaign manager working with Facebook to elect Hillary as they are in the alleged Russian meddling in these elections as well? And by the way, that's by no means it. The WikiLeaks tweet also highlights a personal email written back in 2015 by the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg.
Actually, I have the email here. It says, "Hello, human friend. I am very happy to be working with you. I can't wait to elect the first human female president."
No. It was, "Hello, human friend. I am very happy to have you working for me. I mean, I'm happy to work for you."
We here on Cromulon, I mean Facebook, 100% support you as the next female human president.
I have affirmatively received your email and have confirmed all of the information within, and my drones are already hard at work trying to make this happen for you.
Please send a DNA bioscan to confirm you've received this. Yours truly, Mark Zuckerberg.
The lizard lady and the bug man sending each other email. And fucking John Podesta's a go-between.
Yeah.
And his spirit cooking and his alleged pedophilia. Yeah, what a fucking trio these three must be.
Someone doesn't like pizza.
Dude, you want to talk about like three of the most famous rich people in the world that you would just go, like if they invited you to dinner, how not hungry you'd be.
You would look at that food and be like, no thanks.
Could you imagine the three of them just, what a bunch of fucking ghouls.
It would just be a bowl of flies for Hillary. Mark Zuckerberg would be consuming some like gelatinous paste. You know? Like a bowl of gelatinous paste.
Some kind of, it's one of those things that they didn't even colorize it because he doesn't even care. Like there's not even food coloring in it. It's just some kind of generic mud-looking paste.
And John Podesta doesn't eat. He just gets filled up with energy from tasteful nudes of young boys. Allegedly. We don't know if that's true.
I will have my steak medium rare. What would you like, John? Do you have any blood left over from the cow and semen? I'd like to spread it all over your walls and scream at the top of my lungs.
As loud as I can, please. Oh, fuck.
Can I fuck your kids?
Asking for a friend.
Tony Podesta's fucking Facebook status. Anybody got any kids to fuck? Asking for a friend. Also, I'm trying to sell a statue of a demon with a goat head trying to rape a young boy. Anybody got any buyers? It's a buyer's market. The economy's up. Art, baby.
Clinton's campaign manager. It says that Zuckerberg enjoyed spending time with Podesta. And
oh, no.
No, that's not good. That's not good. Well, I mean, to be fair, we don't know what the age of consent is on Romulan 5.
It's true.
So we don't know. Maybe for that planet, it's fine.
I think Podesta fucks them and then Zuckerberg eats them.
To sustain him? Allegedly. We don't know if that's true. We don't know if he's an alien person.
Yeah, we don't know how these meetings go, but I'll tell you what.
We're not far off.
You know why we don't know? Because they won't let us in.
Yeah, they won't.
Until John Podesta, Mark Zuckerberg, if you're listening, and I know you are, you're not that busy, Podesta. You don't have a lot going on.
We also broadcast a show on a frequency that only lizards could hear, so Hillary's hearing it.
No, but seriously, I want to tell you two right now. The burden of proof is on you. Prove
Yeah.
to us
that you're not.
That Podesta doesn't rape babies and then Mark Zuckerberg doesn't eat those babies to sustain himself.
Yeah.
Prove
You know
it,
what?
and we'll stop saying it.
Mark Zuckerberg's never explicitly said that he doesn't eat babies.
Yeah. I mean, until he answers the questions I want get to the bottom of.
By the way,
now I hope we get Zucked,
what
because
an-
now people will be like, holy shit, he eats babies after Podesta fucks them.
Now, I want to say, it's so obvious his fucking angling to run for office, by the way, Zuckerberg angling.
Oh,
it's so transparent what he's fucking doing. It's disgusting.
He wants to be emperor of the world. We need to stop the Android bugman before it's too late.
I, for one, welcome our insect overlords.
No, I'm going to be fighting the fucking insurgency. Well, are you and me going to be like the husband and wife from that show that everybody only watched the 2 seasons of?
Heroes?
The District Show?
Well,
Or the
I'll keep
Colony?
keep
Colony.
going. There's a lot of shows of that type.
Colony is the one.
Yeah.
After like season 2, you're like, all right,
All right,
we get
enough.
it. There's aliens. You're in a thing. Let's get out already.
Leave. Why is the guy from House still there? He was.
He was the only good part of the show. As soon as they took him out of his fucking top spot, I was like, oh, I'm over this.
Gave Zuckerberg a lot to think about. Infer from that what you will, but I think a pretty straight up reading will lead many to assume that Podesta was there trying to lobby the CEO of Facebook. And in fact, it's safe to assume that.
And I believe I have Podesta here saying, he goes, hey, Zucky, are we really sticking strong on they have to be 15 to have an account? Why don't we drop that down by a couple digits?
Yeah, come on.
Come on, help a brother out.
What does it look? 15, 7? What's the difference when you're in your 50s? Am I right? Now let's go smear some blood and semen on the wall in the shape of a goat's head.
Silicon
No
Valley
reason.
was on Hillary's side in the run-up to the US election. If you remember, Google was accused of sort of calibrating its search results in order to, with preference for stuff about Hillary to come out first, and subsequently.
It's true, man. If you do some Google searches and then Bing searches on certain things, and I've done it, it is shocking.
It's bad, but you know, what gives me hope is that despite all of this, you guys still fucking lost. You still lost.
Still lost.
You still lost because you're stupid. You made up data. You made up poll numbers. And then you believed those poll numbers. It's literally the stupidest thing I've ever seen in the history of the world.
It really is backwards, right?
I get lying. You want to influence people, whatever. At what point do you go, yeah, Hillary's up by 18 points? And you know that you made those numbers up. Is it just like you're trying to, what's that book? Is it like a book where you're supposed to visualize things and say them out loud and shit?
The Secret.
Yeah, is this the fucking Secret?
Yeah, where you have.
Did Hillary try to The Secret her way to the White House? Is that why she's paying rent on a house in fucking Quantico? She doesn't can't even afford now? Dumb bitch.
That should,
Fucking
be the
assholes.
that should be the name of Podesta's book, The Secret.
The Secret. The Secret. It's James Alefantis. It's just his PIN number to get
Why
into his
do we
phone.
keep running out of ping pong balls? I don't understand it. Like, there's never any people here. It's really weird.
Bunch of goddamn fucking creeps. I swear to God, I hate. Like, it's so weird because, like, you'll hear the worst thing you'll hear about, like, oh man, they exposed this right-wing conservative Republican guy. He's really gay or something. But even the deepest, darkest shit that you unturn in the right, it's always like basic hypocrisy or like your basic, like I was hiding my illegitimate son. But when you look at the left and their positions and their circles of power, it's like fucking weird child rape art and like torture chambers built under pizza places with fucking just dudes making out with babies, and you're like, the fuck is going on, man?
It's weird.
What is happening? How can you be okay? How can people look at that and then be like, but Trump?
Oh, you took my answer. I was going to say because Trump, but now you took my thing.
These people deserve to be rounded up and shot. Legally.
Okay, I was going to say.
Like a military tribunal.
Okay, I got
Like
you.
a nice military junta.
Not at a country concert.
leaks have revealed that.
And if it is, at least make it a fucking what's his face? The one
make it believable. Oh.
Schmidt had very close ties to Hillary's campaigns.
All I'm saying, I'm not saying it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get down that rabbit hole.
We are so down that rabbit hole.
It's
off
bad.
the air.
Yeah, off the air. We're trying not to be, but it's hard with this one.
We spent an hour talking
We
about
were
it
debating it
today, and we're like, we can't
We can't.
become conspiracy show.
We can't.
We want to,
but we can't.
But we've jumped on Spencer. We got this Charlotte rally thing. I think is a honeypot. They can't start talking about Vegas now, too. We're going to become we're going to be like Alex Jones, but with his shirt on. Nobody wants to
watch that. All right, let's go back to
To
this.
come out first, and subsequent leaks have revealed that Eric Schmidt had very close to
Whoa, the Phillies player? Oh, it's Mike Schmidt. Sorry.
I feel like if
to
this girl
Hillary's
ever
campaign team.
tried to talk dirty to me, I would just laugh. Like, I would giggle.
She's wearing like a muumuu my grandma would wear.
Look, I'm not saying she's hot. Like,
Oh,
if
she is
she's like
hot.
totally naked, we're going at it. I just feel like talking dirty with that really luxurious, high-end, like educated British accent would just make me giggle. Like, I want you to come all over my tits.
I will.
You're so smart, Sonny. Don't do that. You don't have to talk dirty.
Of course, Eric Schmidt, he's the executive chairman of Alphabet, which is Google's parent company. Now, take a look at a leaked memo from Hillary Clinton's digital strategist during the election campaign. It relates to Eric Schmidt. Take a look at what it said.
I have been kept apprised of the work being done by Eric Schmidt's group and others working directly and indirectly with your team. On the whole, I am comfortable with where we stand and confident in our roadmap to launch day and beyond.
Wait.
You got to do it like Mark Levin. Mr. Producer, pause it, please.
Okay, it's pause. Do you want me to not play the Chester Bennington one because people have been making fun of you, Mark?
Oh, listen. Look, I went on them message boards, okay? These punks.
These punk kids?
No more Lincoln Park on my breaks. We'll never play it again. Little punks trying to make fun of me. They say I'm rude. Am I rude, Mr. Producer?
No.
Don't answer that. Okay. Just get up. Fix the music, okay? No more Lincoln Park. They made fun of me. They called me an old man. They said I was an old man. I shouldn't have turntables on my show.
Yeah, so...
Shout out to my good friend, Sean Hannity.
We noticed that ever since we've made fun of Levin...
It's true.
And the Waka Waka Chester Bennington song, and I've listened to him all the time. He has not played that song as an intro for a long time.
I really wanted to not be the guy that was like, yeah, it was us, bro. And like Royce brought it up to me like the first episode. Because we literally since we've made fun of him and he came back to doing his live show, he stopped doing it. And the first day we kind of were like, that's weird. And Royce was like, yeah, but it's just the beginning of the show. Maybe, he didn't have the break ready. Maybe he'll do it coming back from commercial. Do we listen to a whole episode? No Lincoln Park. And we're like, all right, well, that's weird. Maybe he's doing a guest studio, whatever. It's now been over a week. And Royce messaged me the other day and was like, dude, 5 shows in, he doesn't. He plays every other kind of songs coming back from break. And
they're still corny songs.
Yeah, they're still terrible. But
it's like this.
Yeah. And back, the Mark Levin Show. How apropos is this music, huh? Really fits me. Hello, fellow kids. I'm out here right now. We're going to go to the phones, regrettably, and talk to some of these goddamn savages that I hate so much. Who do you got, Mr. Producer? Line 4, it's Seth calling from Northern Virginia, WXKR.
Hey, Mark, big fan of the show.
Yeah, who's not? What's your point?
That's funny.
So let's get to it. Come on.
So anyway, so I bought your book, Rediscovering Americanism.
Oh, great.
And
good book. Good fine book available out there on Amazon and only Amazon.
I just wanted to say that, I agree with what you're saying about Hillary Clinton and her colluding with Facebook.
Hillary Clinton didn't collude with Facebook. What are you talking about, sir? Get him off my phone. I'm done with these people today, Mr. Producer. Hillary Clinton didn't collude with Facebook. Facebook colluded with Hillary Clinton. It's a known fact. Get your orders straight, sir. I recommend you take and English class, where you learn how to order things properly in a statement. We'll be back after a little bit with more of the Mark Levin Show. Fuck you, Mark Levin. You think you're going to switch it up on us?
And you're not going to notice?
You're going to switch it up on us?
We're not going to
Well,
notice?
you're fucking in your 70s. What are you going to grow a new personality and a new voice I can't make fun of? You and your dumb pregnant pauses and your cadence? Go fuck yourself. We know you changed
You
your
know
shit
what?
because
You
of
know
us.
what? His wife. You know what? His wife kids are going to be really mad when they hear this.
You're fucking
really mad.
You really are a cuck-servative, aren't you, Mark? You fucking neocon boomer.
You know
Die
what
already.
it is? I'll tell you what's happening. Ben Shapiro's been eating his cake lately, and he's been eating Mark Levin's cake lately.
Yeah, he has. He's the new Levin.
Yeah, he is. He's a cool conservative dude, like who could argue, but he's not. He's like nice to people when Mark Shapiro debates you. He doesn't go, "Shut up, stupid."
Yeah. No, Ben Shapiro uses all the words required to make you look stupid, but
Yes.
he doesn't make you feel stupid.
Right.
But yeah, Levin is trying to switch things up and try to be like, you're done. Just fucking, you're irrelevant old asshole. Go do your little red eye spots. Move over. Big boys are coming through. Shapiro's
are
taking
coming
your
through.
spot, and we're taking Shapiro's spot. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
that's
We're
like
all
a
moving
bing
up.
bang boom. Try to keep up.
Fucking asshole.
Try to keep up. All right. Why don't we go to break?
Yeah, we'll just do whatever you want to do.
That's a good idea. We will go to break, and when we come back, we are going to have the.
I'm hoping he's not. He's whatever. We're still going to talk.
We'll figure it
about
out. All right. We'll be back.
Mustache is looking tight, Pliskin. Looking good. I want to tip my merman boys off to the situation for the 4th of July. Looks like your favorite star player / team leader is hosting the biggest, baddest, most patriotic throwdown in town. All of Myrtle Beach Elite is going to be there, and guess what? All you motherfuckers are invited. Except for Ivan, because he's Russian. Why invite him to America's birthday? It's like inviting a Jew to Christmas, you know? If you don't believe, you don't get fucking presents.
No, that's actually cool. Ivan's got his own thing going on, right?
Oh, yeah. No, it's not big deal.
What are you doing?
You just told us all that. It doesn't matter.
Oh, please, Ivan, lift the Iron Curtain and let me in on your secret. I give a shit.
Well, Club Celebrations is paying Ivan to DJ this 4th of July party. It's supposed to be insane.
Bullshit. Club Celebrations?
Yes.
On 4th of July.
Cash money, bro.
I mean, why the fuck would they do that, dude? You're Russian. Why would they get a Russian person to host a goddamn party on our nation's birthday?
Because I'm top DJ?
Top DJ? This fucking guy, right? Nah, listen, I think this dude's about to find out that Americans on the 4th of July do not want to be stuffed into a stinky little club raving out to the sounds of goddamn DJ communism.
DJ Blu-ray.
Yeah, and I'm Lenny Laserdisc. It doesn't really fucking matter, okay?
You know, we have saying in Russia, the wolf pack, the alpha thinks he is the alpha, but sometimes he is actually the zeta.
Well, sometimes in a pack of wolves, there's sometimes a Russian. And that when the wolves find out that he's Russian, they tear his fucking ass apart.
Second hour, Revenge of the Sis. If you want to call in now, the number's 954-573-2780. That's 954-573-2780. If you want to call in, and also now is a good time to kindly shill and thank you first off for your patronage. And also, for those of you who heard us talk in the first hour, you can hear that Facebook and Twitter and on YouTube, all these places are demonetizing people. So if you like what you hear, first off, like our page, facebook.com/we're-not-sorry, YouTube also. Website soon to come.
Yeah, we finally got the domain. We got some new artwork. We're mixing down our new show intro. We're putting in work.
But if you want to keep helping us stay off the grid, as it were, patreon.com/we're-not-sorry. Anything you give. Oh, you're gonna do? Oh, go ahead. Good.
Oh no, I was just doing the face.
The Lauren
I was
Southern
going to let
face?
you do the talking, and I would do the Lauren Southern
Patreon,
because we have to be nicer than we've been to Lauren Southern.
Yes.
So instead of the whole, I'll just do the.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Yes,
You could
sorry, I can't.
Getting to my Patreon.
Patreon.com/we're-not-sorry.
A lot of events are coming up soon. A lot of LARPing I have to go do.
You told me to be nice.
Got a lot of. Never mind.
Okay. You told me to be nice.
Trust me, what just popped in my head. I am nice. Fucking continue.
Okay, fair enough. I'm continuing to. You wanted to talk about the.
I did want to talk about this. We discussed it in passing when we did our Richard Spencer segment.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm just hammering Spencer lately, but I don't like him. And also, going back to Dave Martell, by the way, free Dave Martell. We're going to keep this crusade going too.
Yes.
Free my nigga Dave. Dave Martell, it was funny, man, because I told him that we did a bit about Richard Spencer recently. Mm-hmm. And without even being prompted, he goes, "Oh, yeah? Did the fucking Spencer bots come after you on YouTube?" And I was like, dude, I swear to God, he said it. And I was like, no way. Like, all right, I'll tell you about this. And then I started telling him about how even when the video had like no views, there's just all these people coming out.
Just fighting.
Just not even fighting, though. And that's what I noticed is that they all had these pre-written stories about what an upstanding good boy Richard Spencer is, and he didn't do nothing. And I was telling Dave, what made me notice that they're paid shills is a real advocate of anything, especially an American advocate of something. Anybody who's passionate in America, it'll only take one or two counter arguments for it to degenerate into, well, yeah, you suck cock, motherfucking faggot, and you're like, all right, whoa. Like,
calm down.
It's usually one side will drop an N-bomb or get really mad. And it's like I go back and forth with them, and they're like, well, I tend to disagree, and here's 3 examples of why Richard... It's all written like a college essay. Here are 3 examples why Richard Spencer's a fine, upstanding citizen. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. Anyway, he will be speaking at the March Against Communism, December 28th in Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, a city that I personally partied with Dale Earnhardt Jr. in. It's my hand to God. A city where I've been to many times, a city I used to buy drugs from very, very many years ago and traffic them to other places. I love Charlotte. Charlotte's a great town. I lived in North Carolina for 10 years, and it's illegal to bring guns to any kind of political demonstration. And this rally showed that it's either some kind of honeypot or some kind of really poorly run rally, because they encouraged people to literally commit a felony by telling them, bring your guns to this fucking political demonstration. Don't do that. I am really trying. It's my personal crusade for the next 2 months to tell everybody I know in that area, do not go to the March Against Communism, December 28th in Charlotte. It is not going to be a good scene. It's going to be fucking Charlottesville again. It's going to be a Vegas type situation. I would not go to this. And Spencer's going to be speaking there. They got that fucking nut job. Augustus Invictus is going to be speaking there.
There's going to be a counter protest.
There's going to be a counter protest. And this is, you're talking about, all right, look, when Andrew Anglin becomes the voice of reason in any situation, perhaps your movement has gone a bit off the rails, and perhaps you need to rethink some of your leadership, some of your decision, some of the people who are representing you on even a smaller scale as organizers and community activists. You guys have a fucking major PR problem right now, and you are
PR has a major PR problem right now.
As in the
PR has a major PR problem right now.
Yeah, it's true. You know what? Yeah, PR's problem is that the PRs are refusing to, the PR truck drivers are refusing to do anything for less than fucking 3 times their usual pay. Fucking scumbags. No, that's all Trump's fault. But anyway, you guys have a major issue right now as far as your public perception, and perhaps encouraging people to bring a gun to a rally where a state already has legislation on the books that you're not allowed to bring guns to a rally. Also, anything you do in North Carolina will be that's illegal will be compounded by with a gun felony. So you really just don't go. The Republic isn't going to die on December 29th because you didn't go to some poorly run fucking rally.
Yeah, because it died a long time ago.
Exactly. Really did.
When was Obama inaugurated? Can someone please remind me?
When did Abraham Lincoln become president?
All right, I'm going to say something. I normally think high fives are gay, but Mike, please give me a high five.
High five on
that was a fucking good one. Thank you.
When was the speech at Gettysburg? This is how the Republic dies.
7 years ago.
Fucking Padme was there. Fucking died in childbirth. Anyway, so it's become a bit of a thing of mine. Don't go to this thing. I was gonna have a gentleman on today who seems to have just got spooked, or I don't know, maybe he just got busy. I know the guy personally, and I don't even know what alias he wanted to use, so I guess I won't. But he's one of the guys that claims to be, and I believe him, involved, because I know he's in that area, and I know that he's involved in the movement, so to speak. So I know him to be a genuine guy, and he's involved in it, but he's also one of the ones that was defending the original flyer, which but they have updated the flyer, and they took that part off. So they're not telling you to bring guns, but they're also not telling you not to bring guns. So it's still making me a little angry.
Nervous, yeah.
And you got Augustus Invictus, crazy run off into the woods guy, and Spencer, and then all these other. Dude, this is not. You guys are really fucking killing us right now. Like, I understand that we need them to keep the right as a coalition that can outvote people. Mm-hmm. You guys are fucking killing us right now in terms of public perception.
No, yeah, I mean, I understand it. I understand strategically why it makes sense. Like the same reason that Democrats have been disenfranchising black people forever. Because no, seriously,
I get it,
because it's voter base. I mean, but I'm talking. Look, I'm trying to take I'm trying to separate politics here for a second with feelings, and just say I get the look. I get it. You'd rather have them on your side than not because votes are votes. Doesn't mean when you get elected you're going to just fucking do what white nationalists say.
Yeah.
No, because the same thing. I mean, look, Democrats every time they get elected, they never do what black people need. Like, at the end of the day, it's just a tactic to get into office.
Yeah. So I mean, we've made it clear before. We're not white nationalists. We're not even white, really. But we are nationalistic libertarians who love our country, and we understand that it is a patchwork of people. We need you fucking crazy ass autistic 4chan neo-Nazis, and you need us pot smoking degenerate libertarians. You do. We do.
Right,
we need
of course.
each other.
We need each other.
Otherwise, the alternative is Marxism.
That doesn't
and I
mean,
would rather hand this
again,
country over to
that
fascists.
doesn't mean you agree with them.
No.
But that means we're talking politically.
This means that all this means is that if somebody put a gun to my head and said fascism or Marxism, Mussolini wasn't too bad. So we're not against you guys. We're not with you guys. I'm not going to this rally. I would recommend.
All right, Ford, I'm against it.
I would recommend that anybody from civic nationalists, your libertarians, your alt-righters, your Kekistanis, your national socialists, all of you just stay home on December 28th. If the fucking rally's a bust, the rally's a bust, okay? The mother of all patriot rallies was a bust. Trump didn't get impeached the next day. Everyone fucking cool your jets, okay? Rethink this whole thing. Again, England was the guy that fucking actually made the most sense because he said you're basically holding a rally in one of the rare cities in America that is basically minority white. It's whites are a minority in that city, and it's a high concentration of black population.
Somebody in the Mad America chat named Brian says, last time I checked, the rally had been canceled. Augustus Invictus canceled on them, and everything fell apart. Do we know? I don't know if that's true or not. He just
as far as I know, it's still on.
Yeah, because I mean, you might be right. But please, if you have the link, please post it.
It's
because
still
I haven't
on.
seen
It's
it.
just it is falling apart, which is good. And I
but it's still on. It's not canceled.
It's not
From what we've
canceled.
heard. Okay.
No.
Okay. No, that's fine. I'm just because last I've read, there's going to be a bunch of counter protests, and that still seems like it's happening.
And I don't like to. I'm not trying to counter signal these guys, and I'm not trying to fucking pat ourselves on the back. But big props to Josh Z and Nick Blackburn and some of the other guys that helped us out. And I mean, it's one of the few things that I've been a part of that I'm actually genuinely proud of. That's not comedy. I feel like we helped in that crusade to try to back people off. I know Augustus Invictus was like, I'm not. I don't know. I didn't realize he totally backed out, but I know there was some questions as to whether he wasn't. So if that's confirmed, that's cool. But again, it felt like a trap. You were literally going into a majority black city with a black police chief who's a Black Lives Matter activist, a liberal Democrat mayor who's I think black, a governor who's a liberal Democrat, who's white but a liberal Democrat. You're talking about having the fucking deck stacked against you. You want gun control? This was the perfect fucking honeypot before Vegas happened. Which, I mean, now with Vegas, they might even have more than enough to get pushed through their bullshit. But this isn't going to help. So I really just was stressing to people not to go to this thing. Plan another rally, dude. Go to another, England's right. Go find a town that's kind of white, Republican-y, quiet little town where the residents will go, look, just let them fucking do their speeches and their dumb marches and their tiki torches and let them go home. Because there are towns all across America, Nevada, New Mexico, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama. There's all these places where they'd go, just fucking leave.
Again,
These guys, just leave them alone.
Isn't it weird that Richard Spencer's Facebook page, Richard Spencer's everything, is perfectly fine, but people like Dave Martell, for example, are getting banned? Like it leads you to believe that there's something going on, right?
He's definitely.
I mean,
dude. Honestly, we put that video up a few weeks ago, and if you guys want to look it up, it's cheap plug, but you can go to Revenge of the Sis on YouTube or on our Facebook, and we have a whole video. Is Richard Spencer controlled opposition? And we discuss this in length for 20 minutes with some great guests. I believed it when I uploaded the video. I believe wholeheartedly that he is at least intertwined and receives funding from intelligence community. But he's when we uploaded it and we started getting those fucking random bots from Russia that were like, no, he is good man. He is always good for a cause.
Weird, man. Really weird.
I was like, I immediately was like,
have you
we're
noticed
fucking-
since that video on YouTube, we've been getting porn bots? In those yesterday's show, we were getting a bunch of porn bots and a bunch of bots in there. It's really weird, man.
It's we've had a very bizarre which is what led us to get the domain today, and which is why
Correct.
we're going to start setting up our own little thing, because we know that we're going to, Dave, it was Derek Ackerman, Straight White Capitalists, all these guys. Now they're going after Dave Martell's, and they're
As
going
soon as I said that, I just got in the YouTube chat, 100% free webcam site. Fucking remove. Jesus Christ. They don't tell you that when your show's getting bigger, this shit's going to happen. It's really annoying.
But we are starting to get the
Yeah,
bots.
see, Brendan just said one just popped up. I know, it's fucking weird.
But we know we're doing something right, because we're actually starting to get some resistance now. So we're gonna just keep plugging away. We're gonna keep pushing the guy and whatever, dude.
By the way,
I don't want people to go
the
to
only
Charlotte.
site that's been at least consistently okay has been Patreon. That's why we push it
so far,
because Kickstarter has
So far.
but Kickstarter has taken people down. GoFundMe has taken people down because of political views. So I mean, unfortunately, that's why we plug it. Because they've been good. Again, they let you do your thing, and hopefully, if this gets bigger, we want to have a lot of content that you're not gonna, a lot of free content, of course, still, but a lot of behind the scenes stuff and stuff like that. So, And again, I'm glad the rally's falling apart. Back to what you said, I am.
Yeah, dude. And I don't wish look, anything named the March Against Communism, I'm not gonna have a fucking problem with.
No, of course not.
But
I
when
hate
it's
communism.
when it's poorly put together, and it's you've already made critical mistakes going into the planning phases. It's time to just pull out, man. Replan it. Hit the reset button. Flip the chessboard over. Unplug the controller. Whatever you got to do. Just start fresh, and don't have guys like fucking Spencer. And look, I'll say this. Augustus Invictus is a goddamn nut job. But I have yet to see him say or do anything that is a danger. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely think he's... And when I say he's a nut job, Royce has known me longer than a lot of people. Royce knows that I genuinely appreciate nut jobs. Like, I do.
Yeah.
I have an affection for people that are... I don't like people that are like, hey, man, check out what an intellectual maverick I am, man. I don't like manufactured mavericks and stuff like that, but I love a genuine nut job. I really do. I have a weird affection for them. So I'm not knocking Augustus Invictus. And if he did pull out of this, my opinion of him, just it bumped up a little bit. I might have a little bit more. I might like him a little bit more now. Spencer, it's going to be a long fucking road down that road if he wants to get me to like him. But if you pull, I like Augustus Invictus. He's fucking whack job, but he's not a fucking dumb man. And he's, he's accomplished a lot of things. He's just insane. And I don't know. I like my musicians, my politicians, and my activists. I like all those people insane.
Right.
The world could be really boring sometimes. So yeah, if he pulled out, mad respect to him for that. And I'm talking to people right now, and I'm actually trying to get him on the show.
Well, speaking of genuine nut jobs, sex change regret. Gender reversal surgery is on the rise, so why aren't we talking about it?
No, there's no way that these people...
This from the Telegraph. Sex change
regret this at all.
There's gender... Don't be like...
No, I'm serious. So who doesn't want an inside-out penis?
I don't want one.
Who doesn't want gynecomastia disguised as titties?
I don't.
You don't want that?
No.
Strange.
Around 5
You're
years...
a strange guy.
This is from the Telegraph. Around 5 years ago, Professor Miroslav, the world-leading genital reconstructive surgeon, because we need those now, because that's the timeline we live in, received a visit.
Think of how many of these doctors could have learned how to help people in a burn ward or a cancer. It's oncologist, or you can cut off teenagers' willies. What say you, sir?
Oh, God. How
I
big
guess I'll cut off teenagers' willies then.
Receive-
Oi, yay.
Received
It
the
is-
visit.
It is. You just said it's the Telegraph, so I'm allowed to do the voice.
Of course.
Oi, you still got your penis license, do you? Hey?
I love that it's a Cockney British accent, not even a good one. It's a
Oh, I
Cockney.
worked me way. I worked me own way up through medical school, I did. And now I get to make lots of money. I make tons of pounds cutting off your little wee-wees.
Snip, snippery, snip, snippery, snip, snip, chiroo.
Now let me get me tongs. And come on over and bring your pecker over here, eh? Cut it right off for you. It's all state funded, eh? You want to get a vagina turned back into a penis? You just get it state funded, huh? But let's kill that little Charlie Gard, little son of a bitch, eh?
Make sure to keep a photo of it.
The baby who wants to keep his little pee-pee, he doesn't deserve to live, eh?
Around 5 years ago, Professor, we're gonna send him his feet to Mark Zuckerberg.
I thought his name was Professor Wiki Wiki Wiki.
Yeah. Professor Miroslav, the world-leading general reconstructive surgeon, received a visit at his Belgrade clinic. A transgender person who had undergone a surgery at a different clinic to remove his male genitalia and since changed their mind. This was the first time we're gonna call her. Hi, caller. Who's this?
Hi, Morty Goldberg. How are you doing? Shalom.
Hi, Morty Goldberg.
Hi, Morty. How are you?
Is this
Oh, we're just wonderful over here at the synagogue. We had the gefilte fish was spitting the dreidels, and we're sitting around in a circle counting our shekels.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean-
is this because I posted earlier about wanting money from controlled opposition? Because if this is like one of those offers, you got to call us off the air.
I didn't expect it to be so stereotypical
We'll push
either.
Yeah, seriously, Jesus Christ, Judd Hirsch is fucking right now throwing up somewhere at this depiction.
God. You know you're funny if you can make a Jew laugh. Now here is my offer. I'm going to pay you
Is this
30
Mel Brooks?
shekels a day to be a shill for us, and we'll give you a free Reuben. Only half, though. I'm going to eat the other half.
All right, well, if I get half, can I go turkey, Reuben? I mean, that's not bad. I'll go turkey
Oh
though.
my God, that's not kosher. What is wrong with you?
Can I just say
I
something?
I mean,
This is extremely offensive and totally not the call we need on our show right now, but it's so well done and hilarious. I can't hang up on him.
no, Mel Brooks is doing great.
Well, surprise time. It's Dave Martell.
Oh, he made it.
What's up, man?
Wrecked. What are you guys talking about? What's going on?
Well, we were talking earlier about the recent wave of thought crime convictions. And now we were talking about people not going to Charlotte, which apparently we don't need to tell people anymore because nobody's going to Charlotte. So that's awesome.
Oh yeah,
which is great
yeah.
news.
That was the whole reason for my shtick. I wanted to do a thought crime on purpose, and I'm not sorry. Ha! So anyway, thought crimes, as everybody knows, I am getting wiped and zucked all over the place. Me, the guys from Disdain for Plebs, all over the place. I got buddies all over the place that are, associates and, acquaintances. That the social media platforms are just wiping. We're not even like this last time I got banned for nothing. Like it literally, like I said, like, okay, smiley face, ban, 30 days.
Jeez.
Yeah, this is it's getting a little bizarre, which is why we another cheap plug. We did park revengeofthecis.com because we're gonna have to start. Everybody's gonna have to just start off-citing it because it's
getting
use
bad.
fucking Daily Motion for your videos and shit because this is gonna get weird, man. Like somebody needs to move to what happened to Kim.com? Whatever happened to that fucking guy, huh? Can't he help people out? Cocksucker, why don't you build us a platform? You're a fucking technology guy. Do a lot of fucking favors for you, Henry.
Yeah. And where's Elon Musk? Like, he should be doing, like, he doesn't he have robots now that, like, jerk him off? Like,
Yeah,
get
seriously.
some of them jerk-off robots to take a break for a little bit and program us a free speech platform.
I believe his jerk-off robot's name is now Amber Heard.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's too busy fucking going ass to mouth with Amber Heard and stealing the government's money to build space cars or some shit.
Well, potential space cars. They haven't happened yet.
Fucking government grant stealing, fucking sucking asshole. Fucking hate Elon Musk. So
what about
what's
Stephen Hawking? He is a robot. Like, where's his smarts? Like, get him to program one for us.
Well, he was smart enough to get his daytime nurse to jerk him off enough for his wife to divorce him. So I mean,
leave smart.
That is a pimp right there.
Leave smart Roger Ebert alone.
The guy is literally just like half robot, like, and he's still getting the ladies to jerk him off. Like, he doesn't even. Like, I had to marry one. Like, I have to spend money on one. Like, this guy just rolls around his wheelchair, like, half retarded, and he talks him into jerking him off with his robot voice.
Oh, I'm
like,
sorry.
He must have, like, a huge dong.
I'm sorry, Dave Martell, not smartest guy on the planet. Like, what the fuck do you expect? He's got to be. You got to figure. Of course, he's gonna get his dick jerked. He's the smartest man alive. Most of the girls jerking him off are just trying to get his cum into a cup so they can freeze it.
Like, they got to have some pretty big vaginas, though, to, like, push out them wheelchairs.
No, you give him a little. Like, it's mostly just being able to stretch.
I'm assuming they just tip him to the ground, right? And use him like a rocking horse?
Or probably just drag him onto a bed
Yeah.
like a dead fish. Like just fucking
Oh, Jesus God.
dragging him off his wheelchair and onto a bed like a drugged bear that the fucking park department had to capture.
And you have Neil Tyson DeGrasse. There's fucking jerking off in the corner. I like this porn. I like where it's headed.
He comes on Bill Nye. Well, yeah, they come on each other and they talk about global warming.
By the way, Neil deGrasse Tyson coming on Bill Nye is the closest you'll ever get to having a real scientist on.
Oh, my nipples are so hard. Keep just tweeting everything about what Obama says.
Bill Nye, the engineering guy, really?
Oh, I love climate change. It
Go
makes my
fuck
dick
yourself.
so
Go fuck yourself, Bill.
So
So anyway, with the thought crime stuff,
Yeah.
like, it's really just like getting out of control.
Are
like,
you-
I'm sure everybody's familiar with the who is it? What's that Joker's name? The Daily Stormer guy. Like, I don't endorse him at all. Like, some of his headlines have made me laugh just because I'm a shitty person.
It's true,
But-
though. So me too, though. We had this conversation last night. I was like, yeah, he's kind of funny.
Yeah, his headlines are a guilty pleasure. Because what was it we said about that the Heather girl? It's like the girl like dies, like her body's not even cold, and he types up, stupid fat feminist slut dies from heart attack. Nobody's fault but hers, or something like. I can't remember what it was, but it was like
he knows
this
how to
guy
write a
is just-
clickbaity article title.
Andrew Anglin.
Andrew Anglin's
That's it.
He's a fucking maniac.
maniac. But here's the deal: the guy has, in my opinion, in the opinion of those founding fathers guys that people, the leftists don't like anymore, he's allowed to say that. And the bottom line is they're putting the screws to him. The domain companies, the ICANN, you got all these goofballs putting the screws to him. Google. Trying to make him shut up because he's, his thought crime. Like he's saying the wrong things. And this, guess what, guy? That's what separates an oppressed society from an enlightened, liberated one. Is the ability to say whatever the hell you want, no matter how ugly or vile or hateful or shitty it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're trying to Eurosize us, basically, by doing this. Like it's, like you could hear all these stories about people in Europe and they're like, I'm not allowed to say things. And that's so, like, even though right now we're just starting to get a taste of censorship, we still have it somewhat good in that, like, the idea is still, it makes us angry and it's foreign to us. Whereas in other places like Europe, they'd be like, oh, yeah, well, you're not allowed to be on Facebook. You don't say inappropriate things. But like here, it's like at least hopefully there's hope and there will be a reaction to this, because I still think that very much so most people are foreign to the idea of, the fuck do you mean I can't say that? Well, fuck you, I can't.
Yeah.
I'll fucking say that, and now I'm going to add more fucks to it.
Yep.
You fucking kidding me? Like, there's just that level of, like, this is why I love, what's his face? Who's the guy that I like? Baked Alaska.
Dave Martell.
Well, no, I love Dave Martell. I love Dave Martell. Like, he's the best. But Baked Alaska is a good example of somebody that is not genuinely a Nazi, but he's made some really inappropriate jokes. And I think that he got kind of stuck in a position where he had to double down on it because at one point, just it's and I don't blame them. You get stubborn if you make a joke and they go, "Don't ever make a joke in that category." People know me. If you say that to me, it's gonna be all that kind of joke for a 2-hour episode. Don't fucking tell me what to do. You know what I mean? So I feel like even with Baked Alaska, he kind of doubled down on like this crazy like Nazi shit because he's like, don't fucking tell me what to do.
Yeah.
It's not even about like I'm not even really
But
into
by the
this
way,
shit.
but
But don't tell me what to do.
That was the entire. That's why Trump won, because the entire country was like, "Don't fucking tell me what to do.
Don't tell us how to vote.
Don't tell me what to do."
Americans have a tendency to go, we'll do the exact
Yeah.
opposite of that. We will dump this tea off of your boat and kill everyone on the boat.
Yeah, we'll turn the fucking wheel, but don't fucking tell us what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was enough people saying, dude, you've ignored us for too long just because we don't live by a fucking ocean.
But to Dave's point, when does this happen? When does this happen now in social media, in this new powerful world
weird,
of communication? Because you'd think by now people would have snapped. But unfortunately, the only people that snap are the super crazy people that get banned. So then it just ends up, you go over to Gab and it's like Andrew Anglin and then some guy like Tom DeLonge yelling about space aliens. And it's just like, all right, but where are the regular, the puppy pictures and the normal people? Like, Facebook's got that monopolized, man.
Yeah. And, it's not up to those guys. Everybody's upset that, guys like me or guys like, disdain for plebs or
guys like us in 6 weeks.
Yeah, guys like you guys coming very soon. Everybody doesn't like that us guys get banned, that us guys get silenced. They don't like it, but they also cower. You know what I mean? I'm talking to you average guys. I'm not the average folks out there listening right now or going to listen to this later. This is up to you. This is on you. Like us out here that are just running our mouths and that are the mouthpieces out into the interwebs, or no matter what small fry we are, whatever. It's up to you guys, man. You guys have to, your free speech is the sharpest of all swords against the tyranny of thought policing.
I like guns too.
Your silence is their strength. The more that you shut up and you listen to their rules that keep you from saying what you want to say, the stronger they get. Your free speech is the sharpest of all swords. Swing it as hard as you can. For example, like in my home state a while ago, they were talking about banning the N-word. I don't really say the N-word, but, if they ban it, I'm going to get on my roof with a megaphone into all hours of the night shouting the N-word just because I'm not allowed to say it, just to prove that I can say whatever I want. We need the people, the Joe Schmoes, the Joe Jerkoffs, to go out there and be as obnoxious, abuse your free speech as much as possible to fight these tyrants back. End of story.
Wow, somebody's been to a Tyler Perry movie. I do that too after I leave the theater.
Holy shit. What are you running for the mayor of Scranton next quarter? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm in it for the false knots and the whoopie pies.
Well, I
That's
just...
a Dutch joke. Only Dutch people are going to understand that.
Well, if they were ever to pass a law that said I couldn't use the N-word, I would just try to have a law passed where, like, with the liquor laws, where it's still allowed, like, during football season. Okay, no N-word, but on Sunday,
Dude,
I
have a fantasy team and I'm only human. All right, how about that? I'm a fantasy team.
Yeah, seriously.
And I'm a human being.
What do you expect? What do you expect me to say when Melvin Gordon only gets 7 points for the week? Huh?
Fucking seriously? I have Adrian Peterson and he's a third string running back? Come on, what do you want from me?
Yeah, what do you want me to call him? A bum? I'm not Paulie from Rocky.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my face with that.
Speaking of Adrian Peterson, what the hell's going on? He's Adrian Peterson. Give the guy the ball.
Adrian beat his son? I don't know. I mean,
Adrian beat his son.
They're punishing him because, he didn't fucking follow narrative, and that's what always happens. You discipline your children, and now you're going to be third string on the team until they decide they need you.
Well, also, he's like 67 years old now. They got to give him a break.
Go fuck yourself.
Adrian Peterson will have 1,000-yard seasons until he's 90 years old. That guy is a machine.
Yeah. Leave Adrian White Shoes Peterson alone. He's not that old.
Yeah, leave Bo Jackson Part 2 alone.
Oh, don't say that. Come on. Poor Bo Jackson. He tries really hard. He's a bow hunter now, I heard.
So what's the plan, dude? Are you just going to start back up and Because I know you're not in Ackerman's place yet, right? You're not like fucking Paulie and Goodfellas. You don't have like Tootie going to a payphone and calling in your fucking orders. And
No, I'm gonna. It's just I haven't been completely IP banned yet. Which is, if people are listening, they're not familiar with what that is. Pretty much, you have an IP address with your computer, or your internet, and stuff like that. So, if you get completely IP banned, any account, anything you do, that whatever you make from that computer, from that internet address, is going to be completely blocked. And it's cross-platform. They're doing it like if you, like say, it's Facebook and YouTube and like Google Plus. Not that anybody uses it because it's a heaving piece of dog shit, but it's like all these. You get banned all over the place. You get completely silenced because these guys who have violated antitrust laws, by the way, have a complete monopoly on the internet. They've cornered it.
Yeah, that is true. We were talking about that first hour too. It's like they always say like, oh well, so, if you don't like it, a competing company. And I get the capitalism aspect of it. But the problem is like when you look at Google, when you control all the information, and the problem is that even Silicon Valley, like I was saying first hour, is a fucking liberal echo chamber. You know what I mean? Like, look what happened to Gab initially, where they fucking silenced them. Or look at fucking how they ripped Uber apart because it's not woman friendly, and now all of a sudden, coincidentally, now they're also not licensed in the UK. Gee, I wonder fucking why. It's this weird. It's this weird, like, oh yeah, something else will come up. Yeah, but you fucking literally have
created it from thin air,
right? So it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, part of the problem is most of the other platforms that have come out are subpar. The only reason that they're even getting any sort of business is because they say that it's free speech, but the product itself isn't very good. We need somebody to come out with like a really great alternative.
And they're not free speech because, as Gab has proven, once they put enough pressure on you, you're just going to be in the same spot Anglin was in.
Yeah.
Which is just, they'll tell you, look, you're not allowed to have this platform if you're going to let this person use it. That's still freezing people out. It's still, that is where it starts to become less about, free market, and more about, no, this is collusion between the government and fucking private businesses, and they're freezing people out.
Yeah, and I'd also like to see how many government taxpayer subsidies Google and Facebook and these big tech giants get.
Yeah, or Richard Spencer. What? That's a great. I love that laugh. It was a very telling laugh. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it's gonna. When does the breaking point come? Because so long as they jerk off one side of the fucking country, you're never gonna have. Like, the only hope is for there to be some sort of a dissenting group of liberals that start getting silenced. Another wave of Bernie bros, if you will. Like, if we get a wave of those. But the problem is, the last time, like, I noticed it seems that if you start being too oppressive towards Bernie bros, they become alt-right guys. So you gotta kind of be careful. They don't become dissenting liberals. They become alt-right people.
Yeah. And I have quite a few, I don't know if I call them classical liberals because they are, still fairly progressive, I guess. I have a lot of guys that are very, very sympathetic to me now that they see what's going on, because they know, these are the smart guys, they know that after, first it was Anglin and Weave and like those guys, then it was Christopher Cantwell and those guys, then it's Disdain for Plebs and Mad American Network. Who's next? They are. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so many, zany right-wing guys they can knock off before the next in the line is the standard basic liberal that still upholds free speech. They're the next in line, and they realize that, and they are becoming sympathetic to our side, and we are peeling off some of their support. But as a whole, the left is so good at policing their own. If you've noticed, if you ever snuck into a leftist Facebook group, like a secret group or whatever, you'll notice that in a second it turns into a frenzy. They will cannibalize their own for stepping out of line in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's weird. And I just want to touch on your point, not to seem like I might be a little fixated today, but to Dave Martell's point too. Yeah, everybody keeps getting wiped out across platforms, except for that one guy,
Richard Spencer.
Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Spencer. He still seems to have every single account up and running. Not even a strike. Weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
Well,
So weird how all these platforms all agree that he's fine. It's weird.
yeah. And, even guys that are more objective have faced scrutiny, have gotten the screws put to them, like Red Ice TV. They are a very, people don't have to agree with them. However, they are a very tasteful, objective outlet. A guy like Jared Taylor, you might not agree with him, but he's very astute. He's very objective. He's not, a dick. He's gotten the screws put to him.
They fucking demonetized Ron Paul and Jordan Peterson. Come on.
That-
They took Jordan Peterson's page down.
They took his page down during
Come on.
during a lecture.
That's weird. Like, that's
Yeah.
that's not, we're not talking about a thought criminal in Jordan Peterson. It's getting scary,
Who's
man.
next? After Ron Paul, it's like Ron Paul is the most gentle of all dissenting voices. He's like nice Uncle Ron. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine how anybody would watch his content or read what he says or anything like that and be like, "Oh my God, what an evil Nazi!"
Yeah.
We have to silence the tyrant Ron Paul. Like the fact that he's getting the screws put to him. Who's next? And then you got Stefan Molyneux. Stefan Molyneux's next.
Well, yeah,
I bet he's gotten it put to him too.
Oh, yeah. I've already heard people like try to say that he's like a Nazi, and I'm like, Stefan Molyneux? What?
Yeah.
He's the most calm. He's just young Ron Paul. That's all he is.
Dude,
young Ron Paul with
they
glasses.
Understand that they've accused Joe Rogan of being alt-right. I mean, I've heard it. I've been in boards just like you do, where you get invited, they don't realize what you are, and then when you're in, you're like, these people are fucking losing their minds.
All right, let's take a bet. We want to go. Do we want to pick who we think's going to be next?
Sure.
Do we just pick like anybody randomly?
Okay. You want to do a Deadpool?
Let's do okay, Dave. Who do you think? Let's
Facebook
go with
Deadpool.
somebody, not somebody big, super big time. Who do you think's going to be next? Let's take we're taking some over unders here.
They're knocking off all the smaller guys first.
All right, I'm going
The
to
next
go.
real big guy that they're going to go after, I think, might be like somebody like Alex Jones.
Oh wow! I think Alex Jones is compromised. I think he's part of the club now.
You think so?
Yeah, they let him shill his fucking super male vitality. They actually treat him with a little bit of a modicum of dignity now. They don't really go after him anymore.
Well, he's kind of gotten to the point that his dick's so big that they can't even. The guy's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, but he's still not.
He branches so many different platforms. If they took down, I don't think they're going to black him out. But what I do think is that they are going to shadow ban him. They're going to beat him up in the reach, which they already have.
Right.
They've actually Google, despite him paying them large sums of money to push him up in the Google search indexes, they've pushed him down.
Yeah,
There's actually he's suing the shit out of him right now for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, apparently for YouTube to put you on the front page, you have to be an Armenian genocide denier. I read that in the terms of
And
service.
then you don't even have to pay.
Right, just like the Young Turks. They'll put you right at the top.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to go with my pick is I'm going to go Kurt Doolittle.
Oh,
that's my pick. I think he's next. Kurt Doolittle, he's going down. Thought criminal. That's my pick.
I like Kurt, man.
I got 2 to 3 odds on him though.
Everybody beats up on Kurt, man.
Oh, I
feel
like
bad
Kurt
for him.
Doolittle. That's why I'm picking him, though, because he's another one that's like, it's actually really good to own private property. You know what? Get the fuck out, Nazi. You're off the platform.
It's getting to the point that anybody that advocates for property rights,
That's
anybody
it.
that advocates for free speech, anybody that advocates for anything that promotes individualism
Yeah,
or
that's
promotes opposing a centralized power is deemed a Nazi.
It's also a good, cheap, easy plug. If you guys have never heard of Kurt Doolittle, look him up. He's pretty fucking cool. The guy's pretty rad.
Propertarian Institute.
Yeah, he's pretty rad. He's a nice guy. But
Yeah, he's I actually got the chance to talk to him a few times. He's one of those people. He's so hyper intelligent that he's kind of off the wall.
he kind of looks like
you just got,
he kind of looks
Go
like
ahead.
kind of looks like an angry police lieutenant. Like, hey, sorry, I blew up the mall, chief. He just looks like that. He never looks amused. He's just Hey, like I feel like if you met Craig Doolittle, you're like, I'm a huge fan. Hey, nice to meet you.
I'm gonna say Sam Hyde.
Okay, all right, Sam Hyde. That's a good one. I got fucking dude. Royce just picked one that, like, if we were fantasy football drafting right now, I'd be pissed at him. I'd be like, damn, you got a good one. He's probably gonna go. Yeah, Sam Hyde's begging for it.
Yeah, he just got Le'Veon Bell in the second round.
Yeah. You fucking slept on him. It's on you. You slept on him.
You're right. But yeah, I'm surprised he's still around. Some of the shit he does sometimes. I'm like, Jesus.
He's a nut, man.
Yeah, he's legitimately insane. A crazy person. But again, we discussed this, I believe, before you joined us earlier, Dave. I've always had a deep affection for crazy people. Not like manufactured, like, what if, look at me, man. I'm such an outsider. I'm a maverick. But when you know the difference. When you spot a guy who's like you're a genuine madman, which is why I like you. And fucking, dude, they're Augustus Invictus and now Sam Hyde. We've named 2 people on the show today that are genuine madmen, but I love them. Like, I love guys like that. This is America. You're supposed to have crazy people speaking. That's the point. This place is awesome. You understand? We had pro wrestling was like how deep of a part of our culture that is, and it's only really our thing that we invented. Like, and McDonald's. Like, we're just a weird country of carnies. Let us have our thing. Stop taking it from us.
I like that.
Stop trying to make us Europe. I'm enough of this.
Yeah, I don't want to be fucking Europe. I don't want to have to wear a Speedo when I go to the beach. Thank you.
Yeah. I want to watch...
Or a burqa. I'm sorry. It's changing. I apologize. Or a burqa.
Royce is going to rock his burkini.
I look good.
And listen, I want to watch Ric Flair versus Ron Simmons for the fucking NWA title. And you know what? I'm not going to scream the N-word at Ron Simmons, but I'm certainly not going to tell the gentleman next to me at the Cow Palace not to yell the N-word at Ron Simmons. Is that a good analogy?
Damn.
I don't know what's happening. But yeah, stop taking our American qualities away, because I will.
And you know what?
There's few things I'll die for. I will, as cheesy Midwest boomer posting as this sounds, I will die an American if it means that I get to, like, if you just take away racism and wrestling and fucking guns, like, I'm gonna get really mad.
Yep.
I'm gonna get very mad. I grew up with it.
Let us have our things.
Yeah, you took away fucking Hi-C Ecto Cooler. You keep taking things away. The Lunchables keep getting smaller. Stop taking things away from us.
Good luck finding Dunkaroos.
Bro, seriously? And then why you only get like 4 graham crackers and then enough goo?
Right,
to
and then you have to use your finger like a fucking, well, I'm not going to say it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. And what's it with a fucking McDouble? Like, it was a double cheeseburger. They robbed us of a piece of cheese.
It's another thing.
You know what?
I'll tell you what happened. Fucking McDonald's triple parentheses board of directors.
Yeah, Roy Kroc is spinning in his fucking grave.
This is why I only eat at Burger King, Kevin. I'm telling you right now, I don't enjoy this Jew-run media corporate food. I don't like it. I like Doritos. I like to eat Burger King. And I just like to work on my cause. And I like to hate Jews and blacks. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, Zionist obtained McDoubles.
Fuck. We'll be back after that, folks. Fucking hey.
I actually don't. The only fast food I mess with anymore is Chick-fil-A.
Oh, Chick-fil-A is dope. We love it. It's like we have one right here by the house, and we go there all the time. First off, there's something to be said about these Christian-run places. The food is always amazing, and the service is fucking amazing.
And also, whenever you say you love Chick-fil-A and somebody tells you, you actually eat there even knowing their policies, do what I do and tell them, yeah, in fact, I never even tried it until I heard about their policies. And then I was like, wow, this also happens to be good.
I went there on the day of. Like when that whole thing was going on when the dude said it's traditional marriage or whatever, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I went there the day of just to, I had like $10 in my account. I just got like one sandwich just to like make a protest. And I went there and it was like the most pitiful protest I've ever seen in my life. It was like it was one like fat lesbian with a marine haircut holding a shitty sign, the bedazzled sign. I go in, and the first thing I see is there's two gay dudes eating in there the day of. It's like, these guys, like you said, it's a Christian-run business. It's the cleanest,
It is.
nicest. They've never screwed my stuff up.
Nope.
Actually, they screwed up one time. They gave me the wrong fries. They gave
And then
me,
they
like, a
probably,
small fries
let me
that
tell you something. You probably said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you guys made a mistake," and they went, "I am so sorry." And then they gave you a hand job, cleaned you up afterwards, and made you and gave you a gift certificate for $250. Fucking place is amazing.
Yeah.
I love Chick-fil-A. We literally eat there once a week now. It's like
so
a
good.
tradition.
Yeah.
It's a Revenge of the Cis tradition.
Yes.
We eat once a week at Chick-fil-A. Fight us.
Yeah. What do you guys get? What do you guys like?
Oh, well, okay.
Go classic, dude.
You go number one, you know.
Yeah, you go to Chicken Deluxe. They're fucking with the lettuce, tomato, some cheese, little Polynesian
You gotta
sauce.
go Polynesian sauce. You
Yeah,
gotta
of
go.
course.
You gotta go.
Really? My wife's a Polynesian. I get a spicy chicken deluxe, pepper jack cheese with the Chick-fil-A sauce.
And actually, they'll give you extra if you refer to a coconut N-word sauce. They'll give you more. They will give. It's a secret. It's a menu hack. I believe it's a menu hack. And now we're demonetized.
Life hack. Life hack. Drop the N-bomb in a Chick-fil-A. Get free food for life.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Here's what, like, they're like, how do you keep going, being demonetized? It's like, dude, these guys didn't even monetize me in the first place, so I'm not even worried about it. I gotta hit up sponsors. I'm
It's
not even,
still-
like, they've never given me a dime in the first place, so I don't even worry about it.
I have
You know,
received money from Google. I will say that. I have received money from Google before. It's happened. I've received 2 checks in my lifetime. Both for, I think one was for like 130 and then one was for like 115. So they're not talking big money. Yeah, but I've actually received and cashed checks from Google. But it's, I mean...
Damn, how many views did you get? Like 140 million?
No, I actually got, there was a video where I spit in the face of Shirley Phelps, which we can get into another time, folks.
All right.
Because we're getting to the end of the show here. But I did spit in Shirley Phelps Roper's face from Westboro Baptist Church.
remember that.
And some kid caught it on tape. And I threw that up on my YouTube channel back when the monetization was pretty decent. And I made a couple of bucks for spitting in that whore's mouth. But yeah, we're actually, Dave, do you have anything to promote other than Mad American Network, which we're on, and you guys can check out, and all our followers check out because they're awesome. Dave's in the process of making a comeback, but MadAmericanNetwork.com. And what do you want to plug?
Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at MadAmericanNet. I'm trying to build up my Twitter, which is I'm not doing a very good job, but
Nobody
go
is,
follow
dude.
me on there. You go subscribe to me on YouTube, which is also sort of abandoned. Like, yeah, I'm plugging like all the worst things. Like, here, go check out these shitty things.
But this is
So,
what they do to you, bro. This is what happens. They take away your primary form of communication, and then you're like, oh, check out my Gab. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
I don't
check
have.
out some of my buddies. Check out Liberty Machine News, ran by Richard Heathen. He's working on a new documentary. It's coming out. Check out his old documentary. It's really groundbreaking, awesome stuff. You can find it on YouTube. I believe it's called Hidden Influence, Rise of Collectivism. Tremendous, tremendous work from Liberty Machine News. I can't suggest them enough. Check out my boy Invictus over at The Revolutionary Conservative. Also, check out my boy here. It's also here on Mad American Network, the big boss man, Ryan Ramsey himself. He's libertarianheathen.com. He's also got his page of the same name. He's got quite a few things. Go check him out. Just go Google Ryan Ramsey, and you will find a big, scary, bald tattoo guy that yells about libertarianism. You're going to love him. He's great.
I didn't know you knew Invictus. I might have to talk to you later. We've been trying to... Whatever. We'll talk about it later. Folks, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes. Thank
Revenge
you
of the
so
Cis. We'll be coming at you this week with some more stuff, maybe.
Yes, thank you guys. We really, really appreciate it. And also, one more time, just to remind you, Patreon.com.
You guys, make sure you support us, okay?
Patreon.com/We're Not Sorry. Give anything you can to keep us going because we're still waiting to be monetized. All right, we're out of here, guys.